In this video, we'll check if a number falls outside a certain range using the ternary and the conditional OR operators. This program is what we wrote in the previous video, which is pretty much a similar concept, but we're using the AND operator. If you're checking if something is within the range, it's always good to use the AND operator. But if you're checking if something is outside a certain range, then use the OR operator. So we'll keep these lines where we've declared an integer variable. We ask the user to enter a number, and then we converted that number to an integer and stored it into our integer variable. Now let's just fix some of this. I'll comment this line out. I'll keep this part and check if a number falls outside the range using the OR. And let's try, we'll do if and if else first, and then I'll convert that to ternary. So initially, let's copy that condition and fix it to make it match with what we want to do. Now this, if we just change that to OR, the program is not going to work properly, because first it's going to check if it is greater or equal to 0. Because it's OR, it's not going to check this value. So if we enter 500, it's still going to be true. So for that case, we want to check if it falls outside the ranges. So if it is smaller than 0, or if it's less than 0, or if it is greater than 100. In that case, here we'll say that the number is outside the range. Now I can just copy this part here. And what I'm planning to do is, let's create a string variable called output and make it an empty string. And then if this is true, if it falls outside the range, then we'll just say output is equal to this string. Else, then in that case we say it is within the range. So actually, that's how we can check if a number is within a range using the OR. So we can say initially the condition should be for checking if the range is outside. Now in the else, you're checking the within part. So over here, if the number is less than, so if it's negative or more than 100, then it's outside the range, else it's within the range, and then we print that out. Let's run this and see how it works. So let's do -1. So this is outside the range. Let's do 101. That's also outside the range. Let's do 50, and that's within the range. So program is working as we want it to. Now let's write the above using the ternary operator. We don't need to declare output because it's already declared. So we've already got it here. And we'll change the condition. So I'll just copy this part out and put it in like this, and then we'll just change it because this is the expression that will be placed into output if this is true. So we have to just change. So this is for the true part, this is for the false. So this would be within the range. And now what we can do is get rid of this if we wanted to. You can comment it out. I'm just going to delete it to kind of align with the title because we said ternary, and so maybe I will put that down here, and we get rid of this comments just to make it a bit more consistent, which I forgot to do in the previous video, but I guess you know what I mean. So let's try this again. Not again, we never tried this part. Okay, so we'll say 91, it's within the range. 100 is also within the range, but 101 is outside the range, and a 0 is within the range, but a -1 is outside the range. So the program is working perfectly fine, and I hope this helps you, and I'll see you in the next one.